As a representative of the FSM government, is overly concerned about what happened this past weekend.
Gerson Jackson is the Consul General for the Federated States of Micronesia, who told PNC News today that he has already reached out to members of the island's Chuukese community whose sons were involved in this past weekend's gang violence.
We have been in consultation with some of the leaders in that community, particular community. And we will be consulting with our home office, the president as well as the cabinet in the FSM, because they have heard about this. It's a major thing.
So that's ADB.
Yeah, so ADB. We actually tried cleaning this.
Right. It's a major thing, too, for Mayor's Council Vice President and Sinahanya Vice Mayor Robert Hoffman.
We're concerned as mayors because the level of violence that was committed over the weekend really, I usually, when I police the village and tell these kids, don't do this, don't do that, kind of keep them in line, it concerns me that, one, they could resort to this. They could carry weapons now in that sense of I'm not afraid of anything, it's in that, it concerns me that really these are happening and it's not anybody's really saying anything about it, but we know it exists. And,
gangs, Micronesian gangs, says Hoffman, have long been blamed for the rampant graffiti on island and the widespread vandalism at public schools.
A lot of the vandalism that's caused is caused by them. It's an internal gang war between their own culture. And we've asked for assistance.
Whose culture, though? I mean,
it's the FSM culture. It's because
is it FSM or is it just Chuukese?
Chuukese, well, because there's different groups: BTO, NRA, PNTK.
These are the names of the gangs.
Different gangs from different villages, and
you know the names.
Yes, because
there are gangs.
Yes, there are gangs. There's gangs everywhere.
But it is the Micronesian community. Why?
I'm not sure. I don't have an answer. I think it's I know it's turf war, but it also probably is something that they don't have any other outlets of how they feel. They feel like they're foreigners here, or they feel they're not accepted here.
Yes, I'm concerned because I want to make sure, and I've encountered it even as a patrol officer, Micronesian youth, but not every Micronesian youth gets involved in these kind of situations. Some of them come from good families and they're productive citizens in our island. So it is not stereotyping to say that all of the Micronesians are having problems. There's a lot of role models in the Micronesian community, and they can step up to the plate and help some of the ones that are not adjusting on our island.
We want some intervention somehow because the level of violence that was committed, it concerns us all. It's really trying to find a way to get help from either the FSM government to say, let's sit down and talk about self-esteem. Let's talk about gang violence. Let's talk about how we treat our bodies.
We have to make sure that we work together with the mayoral council, the government of Guam, and agencies and NGOs out there, and especially our communities, to make sure that we somehow come up with the mitigation measures to stop this thing, or at least to make sure that this doesn't occur again.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.